Hey everybody, it's Ken and Brandon here for Thursday Night Commentary, CCG, Poker TV. We're here for part deuce of the CSOP Main Event Final Table, indicated by Rob, the semi-regular, the
retro regular.
Nice.
Old school.
Triple R, Rob, the retro regular, just indicating that the blinds are up. I don't know what they're up to. Do you remember what we ended at?
Not a clue.
Yeah, me either.
15-30. Nope.
20-40?
20-40 with a 20.
That seems reasonable.
Yeah. 25-50. 20-40 with a 20.
20-40 with a 20.
Boom.
So we're down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players,
Yep.
right?
I believe Rob's
Brett's
the chip
sweating
leader.
that 4-2 for a long time, wasn't he?
Well, it's starting to get to where you're actually gonna like take your time with your bad hands too.
Really?
I
don't balance. Is that
Just
what I'm
like
supposed to be doing?
yeah.
Balancing my folds?
Balance your timing, yeah.
Did you see that Jamin who came to the meetup game? He was the less popular vlogger.
Oh yeah.
But
I
his
like
vlogs
them.
are really good.
Yeah, are
They're
they?
called The Drawing Dead, and he does like this whole Walking Dead thing, and they're good. They're very different than Andrew Neeme and Brad Owen, but they're good. If you haven't watched them, check them out. I've been waiting to see if he does a Chicago one but he hasn't yet. And
So really quick, Mike just made it 140,000, 100 more. And,
with Ace 10 suited.
Yep, and Marky folded small one day buy.
Nice.
But yeah, I hope he should do Chicago one. I mean, it was massive.
I'm hoping he just hasn't edited that footage yet. But anyways, he says he's playing at the Win. They're in the sports book because it's during the because he's still during the WSOP. So yeah, he hasn't actually gotten to us yet. But damn it, mine's the one that went off this time. Phone.
I'm confused.
That was my phone ringing, but it's on the speaker over there, so
Ah.
I have to turn it off. Anyways, folks, Jamin, he's like, oh yeah, so Andrew Neeme and some other vlog guy are watching him play because they're on the waiting list at the Win and or Bellagio and they haven't gotten in yet, whatever. He ends up showing them aces and folds them. He goes, I gotta keep my
Pre-flop
range balanced. So he mucks the aces and they both went like, what? Freaked out at him.
It's good for TV.
It's exactly what he said. He goes, I think it's funny and it's good for TV. So it worked out.
All right. Brett flops a flush draw.
10-7, King 5, small blind. Oh no, under the gun. He limped in with King 5 suited. I like it. Pretty good flop for King 5.
He raised under the gun.
He raised under the gun. Pretty good raise from King 5.
I'm glad that cheat things back.
Yeah.
I have no idea what's going on already. But yep, raises, flops a flush draw, really good flop for him, takes it down.
Nice. Rob really wasn't getting into a whole lot of trouble
No,
there
he
with the 10-7. I mean, he needed to hit something hard. Just trying to think of an analogy of something you could hit hard. If I could come up with anything.
A pinata?
Yeah, he had to hit that flop like a pinata. I was watching videos on Facebook the other day, and they're like, I don't know, it's just like epic fails, and the guy's got the blindfold down, they push him out, and somebody pushed the pinata, but it whacked him right in the face and knocked him over.
Didn't see it.
It's awesome.
It's probably great. How deep down the rabbit hole were you?
Oh, this is like a half an hour in,
Yeah.
so you're in some really weird stuff.
Yep.
Marky Mark with the Queen Deuce suited.
Like
From the cutoff
you watch 10, 12 videos, and YouTube just keeps providing. You get deeper and deeper into their
You
like
get way down there.
related search engines.
Mm-hmm. Mark opens 90K.
90K. So just over a little double.
This is good, right? Because I mean, Mark is a pretty massive chip leader, and he can put pressure on those other stacks, right?
Yeah, Brett's the only one that's got anywhere close to him. Michael comes along on the button with a7. He could have 3-bet that.
See where you are?
Yeah.
Ooh, I see a diamond in the window. I hope I get this exposure right, because it's a little hard to see that flop. We do have the graphics in the corner, though.
Yes. So this is a flop that hits Mark a bunch.
Yep. But it kind of hits Michael, too. I mean, he's
It
got a gut
does.
shot. He's got backdoor diamonds. He's still got a overcard.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. You might not be sure your ace is good, though, right?
Correct.
Oh, no.
And Mark takes it down.
Mark bets. Michael folds. think if there's 2 diamonds there, we'd see some fireworks.
For sure. So Jerry's hanging around with 10 bigs.
Yep. Mark's got 1.6, Brett's got 1.3, Rob's sitting at about 900K, and Michael's at 780. So ICM pressure is on.
The 2 middle stacks.
Yeah, baby.
The 2 800Ks.
This was a fun final table.
Yeah, I mean,
A lot of
for a lot of money.
spectators.
Well, yeah, there's actually some money to be played for here.
Mark folded the 10-6. I'm just slow to catch
Michael's
up.
out of there with the 9-7 suited.
Ooh, Rob with the real hand.
And remember in our first segment, he did raise a lot early, so maybe Brett is still thinking about that. Ooh, and he picks up King 8, which is a good candidate again to play, but he folds.
Good fold.
Yep.
Jerry's not coming along with the Queen Deuce.
No.
I can't imagine, even though it's only going to cost him 60K more.
And he has 80,000 or 60,000 out there.
With the big blind ante, it is much better, right? People get to you play more hands because it's less work for the dealer to try to collect all those antes and make change.
It's easy for the players.
Easier for the players. But does it affect the play, being that in your mind you feel like, man, I'm in for 40K in the big blind and another 20K? Like,
I mean, it shouldn't, but it feels like it.
Right? Like, because, I mean, really, you're just paying all of your antes
Up front.
Up
It's
front,
already
one
dead.
hand.
Like, you can't really consider that your money. It's just your money that you owe somebody.
So I shouldn't think of it like it's my money?
No, like, I have 10,000 in my pocket, but I owe people 12,000. Like, you know, really, I have no money.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
Hey,
That's
you
good
can't make
analogy.
it feel like you got 10,000
Right.
there.
It feels like, oh, Rob with kings.
Kings right after
So
ace jack.
I always feel like it's nice when you've got a big hand, you raise, everybody falls, and the next hand, do you size up, size down? Do you do something different here?
Exactly the same. I think he went down. He did
No,
100,000 last time.
I think it's 100K. It looks like 4 brown chips.
Oh.
Yeah. Same bet. No 12. Look at Mark. 7 deuce.
But again, like, it sucks, but at this point, you're picking up 2 full big blinds twice.
Yeah.
It's
That's
a lot.
huge.
4 bigs is a ton of chips.
Gerry, take that. He's down to.
He's down to 7. That's almost the double up for Gerry.
Mark had a big entourage
1,
here.
2, 3, 4, 4.7 million chips in play, give or take.
Yeah.
So there's only 102
I'll have to
102 big blinds in play.
I'll have to just accept that math because I'm unwilling to do it myself.
Well, 4,040,000 is 100.
Yeah, it's a good call. So it's a little more than that.
Yeah. 4.7, 74, and 7. So there's 117 big blinds in play, and, you know, Rob just picked up 4 of them.
Gerry finds an ace, pretty good ace, and decides to just
Shove them all in there.
get him in there.
Tight fold for Marky Mark. I think he realizes how tight Gerry is.
Well, and
from
Jerry's
playing.
got that image, right? I mean, he's a tight. I mean, he's got to be tight aggressive because I mean that's the definition of it right there, right? I mean,
Yeah.
he's
I mean, there's his aggression frequency up at the top.
wow, that's great.
Yeah.
But ace nine is one of those hands. If you do get called, you're really not too terribly happy about it.
No, but you got to do it with 7 bigs.
Yeah.
There's some
Because
players
again, he just
in
won
Mark's
2 big blinds.
position.
That's a big
Yeah.
jump for him.
In Mark's position, some players would have called him with that hand.
Just to try to bust a player.
Yeah. Oh, Mark really does have a fan club. That
He does. Those guys are all there for Mark. Alex doing his sway. I think that's Alex,
No, I
isn't
think
it?
that's Teach.
Oh, it is Teach.
It's definitely Teach.
He asked me, he's like, is it okay if we're on camera here? I'm like, yeah, we're mostly just getting your crotch, and that's it. So you don't have to worry about it.
All right, Queen Jack on the button for Mark suited. Mike's playing pretty tight.
Yeah, 7, 8.
8-7 of clubs and Rob 10-9 of clubs.
And this is, and he's got $1 million in chips. Is he gonna play it? He's thinking about it. He's the big blind, so he's probably doing what I do, thinking, man, it's only 50K more to see
Yeah,
it flop.
10-9 of clubs. I think he's playing it. I think he's thinking I don't let it raise or not. He just calls.
Calls is good. You would have thought of racing there?
Well, I mean, that he
Put
was
pressure
never
on.
gonna fold. I wouldn't be, but he was thinking of it. Looks like. Hello.
Ace King 10, or Ace King Jack. Great flop for Mark.
Just a royal draw on a pair.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Do you like the continuation bet here?
Oh
or-
yeah, I'm trying to get all my chips in.
I guess Rob checked to him too, so I mean,
Yep.
you got to get some money in the pot here. 'Cause
Yeah.
That could hit. I mean, you'd have to imagine that hit Rob.
Yeah,
right?
something. Yeah, we didn't think he was gonna fold for one bet,
Yeah.
but boom, boom.
Marky Mark moving up in a world, giving him a face. Yeah, got you there, kid. Triple R.
Triple R, retro Rob, regular retro.
Regular retro
Rob
Rob.
the retro regular.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like it.
The drinks are flowing at the table behind us.
The drinks are flowing at the table behind there. It's a 1-1 game getting awfully rowdy.
Yeah. And it escalates quickly.
It does, as it does when drinking gets involved.
Yeah. I think they start having some shots too, some beers and shots.
Ooh.
That just makes it.
That's when stuff goes downhill fast.
Yep. Mark A7 Hearts
Wow.
going to be an open. Probably 80,000 again, like he's been doing. Maybe 85,000.
90.
Brett with
Brett with
nines.
niners. Just gonna see it flop.
See, now I would raise this one just because I'm scared of this hand. And I would just raise and try and take it down.
Yeah. Get a 3-bet out there.
Yep. Now it's like, what do you do?
Yeah.
And it sucks because he's still ahead, but
I mean, the nice thing is, and they are the 2 chip leaders. They're
Yeah.
the actual 2 chip leaders,
That's
so it's a
why-
little tough.
this is why Mark you always can really feel comfortable betting the nut flush draw, but up against another big stack, you gotta just be pushing a little bit here, especially with a hand as good as the nut flush draw and an overcard. I mean, he's the one who raised pre-flop. He's the one who bet the flop. He could have anything here. Brett really has no idea. Hello.
2 hearts makes Marky Mark the nuts, and Brett's drawing dead.
Yeah.
You check the nut flush here?
I'm checking back. You gotta act like you're a little bit scared. Let the hearts try and catch up. I mean, Brett does have the 9 of hearts. We can never really say it's a bad play to bet the nuts. Because you are trying to get all the
I
money.
mean, if he's got 10s, I mean, you don't want to see the board pair and then,
True.
you know. Brett was very much a no-look guy. He
Yeah.
wouldn't look. He was always like kind of
In
head
his-
down,
in his
covering a
turtle-
little
in his
bit.
turtle shell.
Yeah, which is neat. I don't know if I ever do that.
So Mark did bet only 135 into. So that's
$400,000 pot.
430.
450 almost.
We'll get the math right.
Ooh, he is gonna call.
Heart.
7's a dud. Can't
Check
beat a king.
again.
Can't beat a 10.
So now I think Mark knows that Brett probably doesn't have too terribly much. So I think he's going to bet small again. Like really small. 190,000.
I like it. Let's see what you do, Mark. How much?
225. Still pretty small. But
Brett's thinking. I mean, what can you put him on for a bluff? I mean, all you can be here is a bluff, yeah?
yeah,
Ace, Jack?
Queen Jack. Yeah, Ace Jack, Ace
with
Queen,
a,
Queen
with,
Jack.
a, with a big heart,
Yeah,
and that's it.
those are his bluffs. I mean, he has all kinds of value hands. He has aces. He has kings. He has king 10. He has 10s. He has flushes with the ace queens and the ace jacks and the ace 9s and the ace 7s. He has a lot more value hands than he has bluffs.
And 225 is a good size. I mean, he could get a call out of this.
I mean, he's trying for a 10 to call, right?
Right.
A 10, a king with a weak kicker or something. This is why you go down the rabbit hole of 9s, because, I mean, he's been miserable on every street.
Right.
Every street, he didn't know if he was ahead or behind and then put chips in. And on the turn, didn't know if he was ahead or behind, put more chips in.
Yeah.
Check the river, didn't know if he's ahead or behind, maybe putting more chips
And
in.
he's got 900,000 in chips, so 225 is what, like?
Fourth?
Mm-hmm. A little more. 180 would be a fifth, so he's counting out chips. You might just be looking to look him up here. He calls.
He does call.
Good to see the nuts. Nothing better than making the call, and my hero calls always work out like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I got the stones. Oh, sweet.
Sweet.
Great for me.
I got second place.
Second place isn't bad. Good
No.
for gold medals, Olympics.
Yeah, silvers.
Silvers are
Yeah.
good. My basketball team got third. No trophy. I said, hey, bronze medal's not bad.
No. Second place. I was trying to argue that we should do, second best hand breaks even on the hand. The first best hand takes the pot, second gets their money back, and then third, they lose. Because if you're second best all night, you should break even, you shouldn't lose.
You would think so, but that's not how the game works,
No, it's
is
not.
it? Mark's on a little run here. He's up to 2.3 million.
Yeah, that was a big pot.
Yeah. That's 50% of the chips in play.
Yep.
It's gross. Rob's missing his mark here. Brett's got 10-9. Gonna juice it up a little bit. Races to 90. Jerry's got a real hand, King 10.
Interested to see if Gerry's gonna
Yeah,
shove.
he's
Okay.
gonna get it in there. Probably knows that the kid's a little pissed.
Yeah.
Maybe a little on tilt. Hoping he's doing the exact same thing here. Although in all honesty, a call there would have been great because he's got him dominated to 9.
Dominated. But still plenty of chips for Gerry. He's gone from 7 bigs to, hopefully the graphic shows us. Mo didn't get Jerry's cards in there.
I mean, he's got 12 big blinds now.
Yeah. And 7 to 12 and he hasn't shown his cards,
That's great.
They rounded down.
Rounding
the graphic.
down, yeah.
We round up here at CCG.
Yeah.
Always round up.
All right, we're 17 minutes in. What kind of plugs are we going to do for this weekend? What do we got coming up this weekend? We're at the Max all weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
First NFL games will be up on the 55-inch screen TVs. Bears game is on right now. Oh, boy, we got to put up Thursday night commentary against the Bears-Packers games. So, hey, thanks to everybody who's a Patriots fan and watching us tonight because probably nobody else is watching us.
No.
Or maybe they'll do what I'll do. Like, I'll be watching the Bears game and then this will be on my iPad. Right?
Wishful thinking. Maybe.
It is wishful thinking.
Maybe, though.
Brett opens again, finally gets one through here. He opens with a Fletch Ace, is what I'm calling these now.
Yes.
It's
They're no longer weak aces.
They're a Fletch Ace. He was a ton of fun to play with on Thursday.
Really?
I have never played a long session with Fletch. He's genuinely very nice. He plays a really good game of poker. He gives a lot of shit. I mean, he takes a lot of shit. I mean, he's perfectly fun to play with. I mean, he was a lot of fun to play with. And he ran up a big stack on Thursday, which was kind of awesome.
How many bad aces did he show down?
A lot. And I'm like, nah, he's probably got ace 4 right now. I know I can beat that. So it's, a little bonus for me to be able to see all these cards and all these people play for so much. It's kind of nice. I feel like I'm getting to be a better player. So here's a reason to watch Thursday Night Poker right now, is that you get to see more of your opponent's hands.
Rob 9-8.
Splashing around.
Under the gun, which 5-hand is the same as the hijack.
Nice. Brett folds his baby suited connector.
Yeah, those cards just don't work as much in tournaments than they do in cash games.
Gerry folds. Mark calls with an ace.
And one would assume that Michael's coming along.
All right, he's really widening the old range here with the 4-6, 64. Nintendo.
But as we see,
Did you play Nintendo 64?
Yeah, that was my primary system.
Nice.
Super Nintendo, then that 64.
2 spades, so Michael flops spades, Marky Mark flops a 7, and Rob flops the nuts.
The Nutter Butters.
Why don't I ever play 8-9 open and then get 2 callers and then flop the nuts? 100 is the bet.
I know Mark's gonna fold. I don't know what Mike's gonna do. I don't know.
I mean, in all honesty, what do you call with 6-4 if you're not going to call on a flush draw?
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly calling. It's whether or not he's gonna go all in.
Mark's going to see it, not be happy. He's a 4% chance winner here.
He's going to see it. Oh boy. Now Mike adds a pair.
Which we know is not going to help him
No,
in any
but
way, shape, or form.
yeah, but he thinks.
Yeah, you check call right now, right? I mean, that's kind of the mode you're in. Remember in online when you could click all
the
those?
check button.
Yeah, the
check call.
Check call.
Call any bet.
Yeah. Yep. You just hope he didn't jam all in, and then you got screwed.
I'm not sure. Rob's probably gonna. They're kind of shallow now. I mean, Mike doesn't have much behind. Rob only has like a 1 pot size bet. Did he say all in? Yeah, he is all in.
Well,
Fold.
I mean, at that point, you want that hand.
Yeah,
Right there. You
you're
don't
taking
wanna
the
see a
pot,
spade.
and if somebody sticks it in with you, you know you're good. You know you're good. That's a big pot for Rob. So look at this Marky Mark. This is a good stat. Marky Mark only goes to showdown 20% of the time. So that means he's winning a lot of pots without
showing him. I mean, he's got that many chips. That's great.
All right, still 20-40. And actions on Brett. Brett's out of there. Gerry 9-5 of hearts. He's also out of there. Mark with the button opportunity. Queen 6 of spades.
Good. No, he let it go. Walk for Rob. The 10-4. 10-4, good buddy.
Yeah, 10-4.
Double
Mike
10-4. Now Michael is in the 11 big blind range. So is Gerry. That's how easy it goes, huh?
Yeah.
Now, when do you start getting into super panic mode? How many big blinds are you like in all or nothing?
6.
6 is all or nothing.
Yeah.
There's no calling with 6 big blinds.
No.
You're either getting it in or get out.
8 to 10 is still like, it's like orange. It's not red, full blown like.
DEFCON like
yeah.
3.
Like sometimes with 8 or 10 big blinds,
Do
you
the
can do like
DEFCONs
this.
go like DEFCON 5 is good or DEFCON 5 is bad? You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Like for the government when they're like, we're at DEFCON 1.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That's like the Russians are going to launch missiles at us, and
I think it goes up like 5. It's like
the most.
you know, like the nuke is en
On
route.
its way.
It's en route. Like
DEFCON 1 is you're screwed. All you can do is screw other people. All right, Michael with button and ace king, which is nice. Big chunky bet there, 100K. 95,000, 85,000.
So 8. What I was saying, 8 to 10
90,000.
bigs, you can run like a stop and go. You can call your big blind, flop something, and then get it in. You can't really do that with 6 big blinds. You're all
It's
in.
too little, yeah.
Yeah, I mean if you call with 10-9 and it comes 2, 3, 4, like you're still in there. You might
Yeah,
as
it
well
doesn't
just
matter.
get it.
Get it all in. Make sure you get the C5 cards.
Correct.
Right?
It's very important to see 5 cards. All right. Rob's drinking a beer. He's having fun at this final table. He is probably the most talkative too.
Who is?
Rob.
Yeah, he's having a good time.
Yeah.
So this weekend, all at the max. Sunday is the $200 double green bird bounty tournament. Noon start time. Deep stack structure. Normally gets 3 to 4 tables in that one, guaranteed.
Yeah, and this is a nice hybrid where it's kind of expensive, but $50 bounties makes it like, oh, if I make 2 bounties, I lose $100.
People feel better about it. So it's a larger buy-in, but with that bounty being 25% of the buy-in, it's a good turnout. You get some of the smaller ball players getting in there because they feel like they can get money before they have to get into the money.
Right.
All right, so we got a small blind call and a big blind check.
King, 7, 4, 2 diamonds.
Nobody flopped much of anything.
Gutter ball for Gerry.
Brett's back in the turtle shell.
And he's just going to lead. And we saw him lead last time.
Well, I mean, he knows that he can kind of push Gerry a little bit here. Brett's down to 550K. He took a couple of beatings, huh?
Oh, yeah, he took him with
Yeah, like 1.3 at one point.
Did he?
Yeah, 1.2.
Did he pay off that nut flush? Gerry, calling with the gutter.
Wow.
Doesn't drill the gutter.
Doesn't
Drill's the
drill a
best
gutter.
hand,
Yeah,
though.
drills a 6. Now, if Brett just keeps firing, which he didn't, if he just keeps betting, he's gonna win that pot on that
Yes.
street right there. But in the same token, he also knows if he bets out like a pot size bet 120 here, 100, you're gonna get a fold or an all in, right?
Correct.
So he
They're
kind of
playing pretty shallow. Yeah, he just
Yeah.
took one stab at it.
gave up.
Didn't go through. Figured Gerry had something. He did turn something. And Gerry is chipping up again without showing his cards. 13 bigs. So he's
Now
got
you
the
got
full
3
double
guys
up.
at 13 bigs, and the other 2 players have 70% of chips in play.
Yeah,
That's gross.
it is. So
Triple R, Marky Mark.
Rob is in full blown don't screw up mode here. I'm trying. I can get second place.
Guaranteed.
I mean, obviously, if somebody doubles, that all changes. But right now, he does not want to bust.
Right now, he doesn't want to get into a big hand with Mark.
Yes, Mark can put him the ultimate pressure on him.
Right. So players should be doing that, right? Like if you're in Mark's position,
You should be raising every single one of your buttons because it's Rob's big blind, and you get to put the hand in position against him. So like automatically.
and his range is going to be narrow because of the fact that he does not want to play
Right.
a big hand against
And
Mark.
those the kid in the middle, Michael, is going to have to play tighter too because he has the same size stack as the other 2 guys. So he knows that like if Mark
They can squeeze him out.
if Mark gets any resistance from Michael, he can just fold because he's got something. And then he can expose Rob by trying to play big pots against him and put him to test because Rob's just going to have to fold so often with all those short stacks. So the game within the game.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So folds to Gerry with the 10-3, and Jerry's just going to give it up. And this is where Mark's power of having the chip lead and Gerry, Michael, and Brett all having the same chip stacks. Jerry's not even going to bother.
No reason to jump in there.
No, which is great news for Mark.
So position-wise at the table, who do you think the short stack is the most favorable spot to be in? Being that, I mean, I guess it's Michael would be the worst case scenario. Right?
Michael's the worst.
And then really
Brett's
Brett and
probably-
Gerry. All right,
Yeah,
roughly
they've
the same, but
trying to think.
I mean, I guess Jerry's got
Sucks
the
'cause-
best spot.
Yeah, Gerry does have the best spot because it's Michael's big blind, whereas Brett has Mark in the big blind.
Right.
So yeah, Gerry has the best spot of the 3, but they are all positioned to be in pretty bad. Everybody's kind of in a bad spot here. Rob is too. I mean, Rob, I guess, can use his button and punish the 2 short stacks.
Right.
So that
that's
is what
true.
that's what Rob
the
has
one.
going for him.
Yeah, so he really needs to be aggressive on his buttons.
Yeah. Yes.
So you got to know where the chip stacks are and what we're doing. It's nice to see nobody on their phone, right?
Yeah.
It's not like a cash game where people are just lost in their phones, not paying any attention.
So Brett made it 90 on the cutoff, trying to steal. Gerry comes along, Mark comes along. This is what I'm saying. Jerry's probably gonna have a good hand if he's coming along. Mark is just trying to bust him, so
Right.
he's coming along.
You can't put Mark out of hand too well.
So Brett really, I mean, Brett does flop a flush draw here, and nobody flops anything. So this might work out for Brett here.
He gets it. See, and he's got Gerry behind him, so he doesn't even get to act last. But 155, it sounded like. 175.
Did it sound like, or did it look like?
I was reading lips.
So it looked like.
It looked like 150, 150.
So this is gonna go through. Brett's gonna win.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, Gerry didn't flop anything, and Mark didn't flop anything either. So he could chip up here.
I mean, Jerry's gonna put in half his stack.
Is Brett to the point where he is committing himself to going all in?
100% of turns.
Yeah, I mean, it's just no matter what the turn is, if he gets one caller, it's going in.
Yep.
Huh? Good bet by Brett. Say that 5 times fast. Good bet by Brett. Good bet by Brett. Good bet by Brett. Good bet by Brett. Good bet by Brett.
That was pretty good.
That was not
I was
bad, right?
actually, I'm not even gonna try. It was better than
It'll be good. It'll be good. All right. Well, Brett gets some chip points here. Player position, and how many chips they have.
That was enthusiastic.
Yeah. But yelled at the table behind us yet?
I don't think so.
I mean, they're still there, so I haven't.
Nah, it's after Bree's getting a massage, but it's for sure when Gio's dealing.
Nice.
So I know that it's coming up. Because once Gio went in, I was like, oh.
That's it.
That's it, folks.
Gerry's hiding his cards. Don't get to see him. Mark with the ace jack, and here's the perfect spot he wants to be in. He gets to put a ton of pressure on Rob, and he's got Michael in the middle here where he won't be in trouble. So no room to be sneaky or do anything silly here, right?
Nope.
90K is a reasonable raise. You might get one of the other two guys to think he's just pushed him around.
So this is kind of a, I don't know about this from Michael. He's putting in some chips here with a pretty bad hand, out of position against the chip leader.
And you got, well, the two big stacks.
In between.
Right.
Yeah, it seems it's going to be pretty tough for Mike to win. Even if we didn't know the cards and didn't know he was 20%.
Right.
I feel like it's going to be pretty hard for Mike to win his spot. And he's probably lighting 50,000 on fire a lot. But we'll see.
Especially if he hits an ace here.
Yeah, like
know
he
he's
can
gonna
get
be in
stacked
trouble.
where he
Yeah.
never really can double up. I mean, I'm sure there's some flops he can double up on, but
That's not going to be one of them.
no.
Backdoor. Diamonds. Mark flops second pair.
BDNFD.
What?
BDNFD. Backdoor non flush draw.
Alright.
BDNFD.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Should.
So I was watching, I don't remember whose vlog I was watching. I think it was Andrew Nemi. And he was talking about he had opened pre-flop, bet the flop, bet the turn. And then then the river comes out and the guy tanks for like 2 minutes and then checks. And then he's like, I was so thrown off by this 2-minute pause.
He
And then the
just
guy
checks back.
he checks back and he ends up,
had the best hand.
he had the best hand. And he's like, it was the essential like, oh no.
So I've seen
It was
Mark,
the freezing of the kicker. He's like, I totally got frozen. Like, I just didn't know what the hell that meant, and I just checked behind and really gave the guy some showdown value. Or I think he had like, two pair versus a pair, and he certainly didn't want to have to put another bet out there.
Right. So I've seen Mark check back these types of flops to like get the guy to bluff the turn. This time he just got the best gin turn here for Mark. And Mike again, he just flats, all in, call.
Yeah.
GG.
I mean that ace was just the worst card to come out. What could he hit? He could hit a queen to chop.
Yep.
He's got 3% chop outs. Wow. Production needs to catch up here because I couldn't quite figure out what the heck they were doing.
Yeah, so
Kind of an awkward pause for Michael. He's already shaking hands.
Yeah.
5 came out of the river. It's a good finish.
it's just one
Unfortunate
of those.
hand. It's hard to not play an ace. You would have liked to see him if he was going to play that ace, just get it all in pre-flop.
All in or full.
Yeah.
Don't start messing around. Mark actually won all the chips by checking the flop. If Mark just bets to jack on the flop,
Yeah.
which a lot of people do to protect their hands because it's queen jack and there was diamonds and he's scared but see sometimes guys if you check it just comes good on the
Pays
turn.
off in the end.
Yeah, and he got all the chips.
Because you're right. There's no way that hand plays out any other way.
Mark
if he-
bets the flop, it's full.
He folds.
Yeah.
And then he still got chips.
Yeah, but he checked. Now obviously he got lucky that he hit the 2-out ace. That's the only card that's gonna get that kid stacked. Mike stack
Yeah.
is the ace. But
That's how it goes.
that's how it goes.
You need those hands.
You do. Sometimes it comes a brick and
You bet out the turn.
the
and then you
kid
fold.
bets out the turn.
Right. Tries to just
Yeah,
put pressure
take it.
on. Yeah.
So there's a lot of ways by checking the flop to win the turn, to win the hand on the turn. Ace being the easiest because you just hit jet. I think we are moving in the background.
Oh
I think
yeah.
you
It's
just
already
yelled.
yelled.
I think you yelled.
Gerry, ace 8 of diamonds, 420K. He's got 10 big blinds, 10 and a half big blinds, 10 and 3/4 big blinds. I always feel weird when I'm like under the gun and I have a short stack. It's like, it's so much harder to like, right? I mean, it's more difficult to move it all in because you got to face the whole table still.
Yeah. This is actually really close. I don't know.
I think he just puts out a bet here. Be
120,
a quarter of a
125,000.
stack.
Takes
Everybody
it down.
folds. Doesn't even matter what he bet.
I'm actually going to look this exact spot up really quick. 'Cause I'm interested
What are you interested in?
to see if what he's supposed to do there.
He's supposed to raise or.
Toot, 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 toot,
2040. You notice that the blinds are quite slowly going up. I think they should have gone up now, though. It still says 2040. Oh, it's 35-minute levels, isn't it?
It's 35-minute levels.
I think that's me telling right now. Next hand.
Next hand, blinds are out.
Mark's out. King 7. Rob's out. Oh, I know what it was. They wanted to take a break. Brett and Gerry, Queen 6 of diamonds. Brett raises, small blind. So you just small blind, big blind special here to 2 short stacks. Brett's got him barely covered. He opens to 90K. Jerry's got another 50 to call. 10% of his chip stack. He's going to see a flop. God, a queen here is just going to get Brett in so much trouble. Oh no. They both flop a pair. Brett flops bottom pair. Gerry flops middle pair. No diamonds to save Brett. Bets it out. What do you like Gerry to do here?
I'm not sure. I mean, by putting out a call, he's pretty much committing himself, right? So he might
Okay,
as
he
well
puts
just
it all
shove.
in. Now Brett's stuck. What's he gonna do?
And Brett has been stuck quite a few times in this
he's
tournament.
Just been in a run bad kind of situation.
All right, 10 big blinds from under the gun at a 4-handed game.
5. Oh no, there's 4.
Ace 3 suited plus.
What do you have?
Ace 8 suited. Ace 10 suited off. King 9 suited plus. King Jack off.
So Brett laid it down there. Didn't play anymore.
Whoa.
Fast forward to
Hello.
a break. Bing, bing, bong.
And
We're back.
That 1-3 table is long gone over there on the other, or that
we
1-1
booted
table.
him way to the side. Way to the side.
You get to see the cleanup crew.
Oh yeah. Let's see how well I edited this.
Looks like there's nobody at the table for a long time here. Looks like about 4 minutes.
No, they're putting out their blinds right now.
Oh, that guy's just not.
Rob's just not back. I mean, I think he had enough time. So, moral of this story is if you're on a break 4-handed, get your ass back to that table faster than you normally do. Because I'm always like, at least I take an extra 4 or 5 minutes in the break. Because I'm like, whatever, am I going to miss one more hand or whatever? I mean, unless I'm super short stacked, which Rob is the second chip leader. So, I mean, it's like he can easily afford to just chill for a minute or two. He's coming up.
He's coming.
Was he within reach of his seat?
Yeah.
I think so, because he was actually touching his seat by the time second card came out.
Yeah, and Mo did a little slow-mo.
Mo. That's nice. Slow-mo Mo.
Wow, we can just call him slow-mo.
Mm-hmm.
If he was having a podcast, that's loud.
Moho.
Oh, that's an all-timer. We'll save that one
best.
for the podcast.
Yep.
But,
all right, Brett's all in with the 5-6. I think he's a little frustrated. Unfortunately, he's putting pressure on Gerry and
Mark. Gerry's out. This is all going to be... Mark's going to have a pretty strong hand to call off here.
Yeah, it's $500,000 in chips.
Yeah, it's still 25% of Mark's stack. 20%.
He's calling it, though.
All right, we got to get these graphs.
Oh,
he
yeah,
does have
ace queen. So, I mean, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
But Brett's got live cards.
60-40.
Flops 2 spades.
That would be 2 clubs, sir.
Flops 2 clubs.
And then deuce on the turn.
Needs a 5 or a 6,
yeah,
folks. That's
5 or
it,
a
or his
6.
night's going to be over. Half a 6 is not good enough.
Yeah. Well, hey, if you thought that clubs were spades, you have flush.
I mean, it's a black flush.
It's a black flush. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Brett played really well. I think he kind of
ran into like 3 tough spots
did.
in a row.
Like, you know, I don't know if he could have played it any differently and gotten through. I mean, it was just one of those things where it's like,
the
man,
9's hand.
the 9s were tough, but
He called off 3
you never know. I mean,
yeah.
it's one of those things that's like, it's either a great move and you're a genius, or it's like, nope, I'm the GOAT. And that doesn't stand for greatest of all time.
What's it stand for?
Just a GOAT.
Just a G-A.
Just GOAT.
J.
You're either
just
the
GOAT.
hero or the GOAT.
Oh, like the ba.
Bah,
Okay.
GOAT. Like eating tin cans.
Yeah.
You know, my dad thinks Gio's part GOAT.
I think he is.
That kid eats anything.
He does. And he has hair on his back like goats do. All right, so the big winner here is Gerry. He made
Ladders up.
He made it through.
He got through all the short decks.
He started this final 7th. Has not shown his cards yet for an all-in.
Has not been. I mean, he's been all in, but has not gotten an all-in call yet.
And now
so
he
his
is
chips have not. His tournament life has not been on the line.
Yeah, and he has made it to 3rd place.
Which is
so he's already a
freaking
huge winner.
fantastic.
And now he doesn't have any ICM pressure because he's supposed to go out there.
Right.
So he can kind of be a little bit more relaxed and feel good about 3rd. I mean, not that you feel good about knocking out 3rd, but like he did his job at the final table. He was not expected to make this much money.
No.
So he's exceeded.
Mark's going to put a little pressure on Rob, who's doing the standard Poker Pro position. It's the holding your cards out and then your right hand is on top of your other hand. It's like the poker triangle.
Yes.
Why did poker players do that?
I don't know.
He
Oh,
has
yeah.
a big chunk. Oh, ace
He's got
king.
ace king.
3-bets him 400K. Now Mark's back on the pressure's on him.
So now they both. This is where I don't know if ICM really cancels each other out, because like Mark knows, haha, I can take a bunch. I can put Rob in a really bad spot here, and then Rob's like, well, I can put Mark in a really bad spot
reversal, regardless of what the cards are. I mean,
here. Yeah.
I like it. Mark's going to see a flop here. This could be gin for Gerry. I mean, if Mark knocks out Rob, good
Yeah.
God.
I don't know what flop it's going to take to get. Okay, that's
That's the flop.
All right. Well, hey.
And you check it. Look at that face by Mark. Gosh, he's got a phenomenal poker face. Rob's poker face is pretty good too here. 500,000.
500 of his 800. Mark, don't need to do any Hollywood. I'm all in.
Wink. Did you just wink at him?
I think
you just
so.
winked at the entourage. I'm all in.
All in. I call.
Yeah, I wish Rob would have seen the wink. Maybe he could have saved that last 300K. Drawing super thin here. He needs to turn it out. Whoa! Turns it out.
Queen ball.
Queen ball. Nah.
Flush.
Diamonds get there. Which Mark had anyways. Holy Gerry.
And Gerry, we just talked about it.
Gerry's just like, I'm so happy to get second.
Right.
Now he literally is free rolling. Anything can happen now.
So like since they got to the final 7, Gerry's basically just he's lost.
Mustered up everything.
Yeah, he's just chilled. Johnny looking good.
So
for the
can we
final
go
table,
over your
Johnny.
famous line here now, which is
Play tight, play all night.
play tight, play all night. And Gerry has done that.
Yep.
He's played tight. He's made good aggressive moves. He has not had his tournament life on the line once at this final table, or the official final table, which is at 7. I don't really know what happened before then. But good gosh. We got camera angles moving. Getting down the line. Entourage is ready to party it up. Mark's got some pretty massive fortress built right here.
Yeah.
He can't even see over his stack. Trying to figure out where the button is.
So I think this. How much is this heads up match worth? I don't even know.
I don't remember.
A good chunk.
Mm-hmm.
Good playing for some monies. Not chopping it. I mean,
Why would Mark ever chop?
yeah.
Hand number 56. 56 hands at 7-handed, and we're down, and Gerry has been able to survive 55 hands to go from 7th place in chips to now guaranteed 2nd place money by just being cool.
Yeah.
I mean-
by being cool.
Being cool. And who says being cool doesn't pay off?
Me.
Me? I never say that.
Manoli, the
Oh, look at that
Presentation.
trophy.
Trophy
We gotta get some
presentation.
of them WPT girls.
I know.
Because Manoli's not a great trophy chick.
No. All right, so there we see it. 700 to 4.3.
Wow, he's not even worried about a double up.
I mean, a double up does a lot.
1.7, no, 1.4 to what?
1.4
3.6.
to 3.6.
Jerry's gonna have a lot of work to do here.
Yes. But 2 double ups, and Jerry's got him 2 to 1.
Nice.
2 doubles.
2 doubles.
So Jerry can't think about the well, there you go. 10's on the first hand. He can't really think, oh, he's
Second
got
hand.
me so much in chips. You just need to find a double up.
But it's gotta be hard to figure out. Like, you don't want to overplay your big hands where you don't get anything paid off. I mean, but he's only got 700,000 blinds or 25.50. I mean, he's got what, 15 big blinds? Nah, there you go. He goes all in.
I mean, this could be at the first hand.
Mark's
or the
got
second hand.
aces. Aces. How much you got? It's a little unfortunate that we know that there's another 30 minutes of tape that this is not the end of the.
Why would you say that?
Oh,
Nobody
sorry.
else knows that.
I know that.
Yeah, but they don't.
Oh, okay. Cancel that out.
All right, well, fine. I was about to spoil the flop that there's an ace in the window.
Nope.
Oh.
Tens are holding.
All right,
Down to an
ace,
ace.
ace or a 5 for the win.
Oh, 10's just a dagger in the heart.
See, find a double up. 3.6 to 1.4.
Now we got a match.
Right. Double up again, and Jerry's the chip leader.
They're pretty even then, right? 2 million to 3 million. Be a lot closer match.
Yeah.
Now Jerry's got some chips to play with. We can actually play some real poker versus the all-in or fold game. It's a good-looking trophy, though, isn't it?
Looks great. You know I'm a big trophy guy.
I am a big trophy guy. I didn't get participation medals in the 80s. I don't know about you in
No,
baseball.
they're stopped.
They didn't give out participation medals in the 90s?
No, I got a participation medal for
Field day at school?
No, I was gonna say when I did gymnastics, but that's just because I just that's what last place got you.
That is hilarious.
Yep. I still remember it. We got those cookies, the butter cookies that have the put on my fingers and eat them. We sang the ABCs and got a butter cookie at the end of every gymnastics. So
Nice.
let that tell you how long
Mystery
that was.
hand from Gerry. We're not going to know what he's going to have here. Mark flops an 8. Heads up. That's pretty big.
Second pair is huge and in position. Probably gonna put out a little feeler bet. He's gonna do this with some bluffs. He's gonna do this with some kings, some 8s. Jerry's gonna have no idea. That's the whole point of balancing.
Jerry's going to see a turn. Whoa, earthquake.
Whoa. 4, not one of the better cards for Mark. Now he loses to any pair that Jerry had on the far
Right. Check, check.
Deuce.
Deuce in the river is a good card. Wet napkin, as Paul likes to say.
Who's Paul?
Pinball Paul. Paul Johnson.
Paul. Jerry is betting like pot, and he gets Mark to fold second pair. We don't know what he had.
It was a winner. That's what he had.
It was a winner.
Mystery hand by Gerry.
Funny, I actually really want to know what he had.
He just bet and won.
Bet pot on the river.
Did you watch John Wick 3?
I haven't seen
Any of the John Wicks?
I've seen like parts of the first one. I'm not an action movie guy runs around and kills 200 people kind of person.
I think it's closer to like 2000, but yeah.
200 a scene,
Yeah,
10
200
scenes.
scene, 10 scenes, yeah. And the third one's even more massively like.
I mean, I just want him to get hit with a bullet once.
And he's got a bulletproof suit.
So,
I mean, it's hard to get shot when you got a bulletproof suit.
what about the head?
The head
What
is.
about the head and the toes? All right, Jerry 100K with King Queen.
Now we got a Mark mystery hand.
Wow, Good production here. This must be on purpose.
They're having trouble doing it because, I mean, they're just not paying attention a little bit, and I haven't yelled at anybody. Gerry flops the nut flush draw with 2 big overcards. Gets a check from Mark.
Gerry, small bet.
Yeah.
4th pot.
Min bet. 50K is the least he can bet. Mark's going to put out a feeler there.
Punish him. Gerry's going to say, man, I know my king queen's red. Do I have the king of diamonds or the queen of diamonds? Let me check.
Would it make a difference, do you think?
Maybe.
Maybe for Gerry?
Maybe.
I can't see how he can fold for 100K more.
No.
He's got to at least see the turn. 7, put some straights out there.
Wonder what Gerry's going to do if Mark checks.
Mark's not checking. Can you see the river though? 200K?
I'm putting Mark on a pair and a worse diamond than, well, obviously, a worse diamond than Gerry, but a pair and a diamond for Mark.
Because there was no raise preflop, was there?
No.
Well, Gerry raised, Mark called.
Yeah.
So could he call with a fletch ace?
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe an ace 8?
Yeah.
Be a pretty sweet hand to have right now.
That would be pretty sweet.
Gerry makes the call. River's another ace. Jerry's got a hot nothing. King high.
He's got the nut no pair.
Nut no pair.
So I think
It's either going to go check, or it's going to go bet fold.
So, I don't know. Gerry might call here with king high. So my logic here is that what is Mark betting a 3rd time besides an ace? Obviously he's betting an ace. Obviously he's betting a flush. But if Mark had a 7 or a 6, he's just going to check and like show down his hand.
All right.
So now his hand becomes pretty polarized. Like he's not going to be doing this without a huge hand or a nothing hand. Everything in the middle, he's just going to check.
So Gerry could call here with king high and be a good amount of time to make it worth the call.
Maybe.
And he doesn't.
He doesn't. And
it's a nice pot.
Can we get to see?
Yeah, I don't think we do. Mystery. It's like watching WSOP in the 90s.
Yeah, I'm going to say that Mark was bluffing.
I like it. I'll text him right now and ask him.
We should. Eric's losing, in case you wanted to know.
Nice. Shout out to Eric at the Horseshoe.
Yeah. Playing some Hold'em, waiting for a seat.
Oof.
Yeah. Hold'em's just a brutal game.
It's tough.
I think one of the cards isn't working.
It's possible. So I think we switch the deck up. New deck. New mojo.
So are these cards like, Christmas lights, where if one of them doesn't work, they all don't work?
No. It's just it makes you realize how often like one card affects everything, because it's like, good God, there's 52 cards in the deck. One of them's bad, and like it's so if one card
the whole system.
So what does happen is if one card's bad, then marked cards won't register. It's not like it'll be like ace of diamonds and a blank, where like you can try to figure out neither of them, because according to the table it doesn't register anything. If you don't have 2 cards, it doesn't register.
Okay.
Let's see if we can get one here. All right, Jack six of diamonds for Marky Mark, and a funky bunch who are behind him. How strong do you play your suited connectors or suited cards heads up?
Pretty strong.
Right?
Yeah, any flush is a good flush heads up, and
he raises. Jerry's not going to see it with the Dolly Parton.
I mean, when you're heads up and you're on the button, like, raising any hand is pretty good.
Yeah. Put pressure, especially when you got him 4-1.
Yep. And then I always go for the strategy of like limping your worst hands and your best hands. Like your very worst and your very best are what you should be limping. And
to balance that.
Yeah,
range.
so that way you can get to C flops when you have poop and don't want to put chips in.
Right.
But then, trick them, and maybe they'll try and play back at you when you have ace king.
Right.
Yeah, position is just so huge.
Jerry's got a little card dead here, and Mark's got a nice hand. Doesn't get to play it.
So if you aren't gonna limp, if you're gonna do the limp strategy at all, then just raise everything and fold your worst, or raise your middle limp you're talking about.
You like raise the middle.
Yeah, but like Gerry, like he's just gonna say, I'm never gonna put any more chips in with 6-3 off. So
Doesn't matter what you have.
So I'm just gonna muck. And then when he has aces, he's just gonna raise.
It's been a weird day. It's been like it's
Yeah,
Tuesday.
it was booming. I woke up at 7:30, just thunder, lightning, windy. Thought I was gonna die. Didn't die. Here we are.
Here we are, another sunny day.
Yeah.
Another sunny afternoon.
Look at Mark, the Jack 3 he limps with. That'd be probably the bottom.
Right.
Jack 3 off is pretty bad. Now Gerry has no
Gerry's
choice.
got nothing, yeah, he's
just-
got an 8 deuce.
But now Mark gets to see and not put any more chips in. And a pretty good flop for Mark.
And pretty good flop for Gerry, too.
Yeah.
You get a check from, oh no, Jerry's first act. He checked. Mark's got to bet his top pair. A little more than a min bet. 60K. 85K. It's surprising how hard it is to see the colors on this from like this distance, right?
Yeah.
You like a call from Gerry here? Do you like a raise?
I don't think you can fold. I don't know about raising either. I mean, he did raise.
Yeah, I like it. Put pressure on him. He doesn't know that that Mark's got a jack. And
But even now, Mark has a jack, and this is kind of the top of, not really the top of Mark's range. You can obviously flop it straight sometimes, but like a jack is pretty high up there in like what Mark could ever have. And if he gets Mark to fold a jack, then a raise is great.
And he did.
Yeah. So there you go.
So that's some good
Good poker.
good moving around by Gerry.
Yeah, if Mark's going to fold a jack, and that means he's really only continuing with 2 pair,
Right.
full flush draws, and like open unders and pairs and stuff.
You can really put a guy in hand and then
Yeah.
know what to do in the turn to deciding
Right.
what comes out, you know?
Yeah.
Deuce comes out, Gerry bets into him, I mean, game over. Probably not getting a second card out of him.
Nope.
Or a second bet.
Nice pitch, Mo. I mean, I know he's going to blame it on the brand new deck. It's okay.
They are difficult to deal with.
They're not
ugly
easy.
cards. They're just because they have the chips in them. They're just not easy.
They're not
use.
flexible.
No.
They're stiff.
Ugh, Gerry, chuck them. He's thinking, why did Mo have to mess up that first hand? Couldn't have been worse than 7
That'll
deuce.
do it. Mark with another ace. Take
Yeah.
it down. So I watched the YouTube video on how to solve a Rubik's Cube in under a minute, and it's like a whole different set of stuff.
Mhm.
Like I go like layer by layer by layer. These go like 2 layers. It does the first 2 layers at the same time, and then the last layer, so it's making it quicker.
Nice.
It was just, I felt like a grade schooler in a calculus class.
Nice.
Did
College calculus
Yeah.
without any of the co-eds to boost
Yeah.
up your ego. We're an hour in. Hopefully the Bears are winning right now.
I hope so too.
Bears are the opening NFL game.
Yeah, Bears Packers opener.
Nice.
Last year it was too. Remember they blew it?
Yeah, that was
We
awful.
watched it in Northlake.
No,
Oh.
I was at home.
Oh, so I was in Northlake.
You were at Northlake. I was at home because I remember like going up to bed thinking, nice, the Bears win first game against the Packers.
Remember Rodgers came out, got injured, and then came back, and then they were down
Yes.
21-0 and they won.
It was over.
All right, Gerry drills a 10 on the turn.
Yeah, it's a great turn.
Check, check.
Forward
Small
snap.
bet from Gerry and a call from
Yeah.
Mark on the river.
100K. Maybe 125. 100K bet into Mark. God, you feel like he's got so many chips and he's got third pair.
He's calling.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to see it. Gerry gets to show the 10. Mark gets to see, man, I got turned like crazy. I had a 7. Do your friends watching you play in a tournament heads up like this, do you find it to be more nerve-wracking?
Maybe a little bit.
I kind of do.
I mean, I guess he's already playing on a TV table, so everybody's gonna see everything anyways.
Yeah, but like that's like more anonymous. Like you don't actually get to like
Yeah, they're just right behind you.
in the moment. You're not thinking about that,
Yeah.
right? Like it's delayed. You don't really notice it. It's not a big deal.
Gerry 10-9 off from the button. I'm interested to see if he's going to limp his middle hands. Fold his bottom, limp his middle, raise his top. Or if this is a...
He's raising the bill.
There you go. It's good.
Raised to 125. Put Mark on a little bit of a test, but he got a big card.
He does.
You go and see it.
King 3 off is just one of those hands. Yeah, he's ahead, but like the playability.
Easily, yeah, it's bad.
Like Gerry can like play
Follow
his
here,
hand so much.
continue with the bet here.
Yeah.
Especially since he's going to be last one to act. He bets here, he's going to win the hand with the 10 high. With the worst hand. And he knows it. Gives it up.
King 3, it's just so hard to connect. You either flop a 3 with a good kicker, which is probably bottom pair, or you flop a king with a bad kicker, which might be top pair, but you got no kicker.
Right. You're worried about it the whole time.
Yeah.
Playability, folks.
10-9.
Playability.
10-9, you can just come 7-6 deuce, and you got 2 overs in the gutter. You missed, but at least like,
It feels better.
yeah, you got something to work with. You can't really flop a straight draw with King 3.
10-4 suited.
This is the bottom, or maybe this is the middle. I don't know what 10-4 suited is. That's up. I guess there's a lot of hands worse than 10-4.
Yeah, but we got a role reversal here. Now Gerry's got the king with the crappy kicker. Let's see how Gerry plays it.
He just is out.
Give it up.
So we're seeing Gerry being pretty selective on putting additional chips. He's not defending as wide as Mark might defend.
Right.
Which does, I mean, not saying if you're a weaker player, but if you're a player who isn't necessarily comfortable playing heads up, playing tighter is probably, you get yourself into less awkward spots.
Right.
I feel like Mark is
But I mean,
polished a little bit in the heads up, so where
For sure.
he can take
For
flops
sure.
with King 3 offsuit
Right.
and know what to do when he flops a 3.
Right.
Whereas like I'll just be like, no, I
I
got
don't
a
really know
pair.
what to do
I
here.
call. I don't know. It's you got to be comfortable playing post flop.
I find that if I'm in Mark's position, I try to push too hard, and I end up giving Gerry more chips because I'm just playing so much or so aggressive or trying to lean
Like
on
eventually
him so
he's
much.
gonna have a hand and take
Correct.
a big pot off of you.
Right. So
It's a fine line.
win a bunch of little pots and then lose the big one,
Yeah.
and you net lost chips on that.
Right.
Even though you felt like, man, I won 5 out of 6 hands there, and I lost money.
Mhm.
So both players got good cards here.
Gerry doubled it. Mark continued. Check from Mark. Nope, he's just gonna lead.
I like the lead here. Try to take it away from him. Probably knows if he bets out, best case scenario, Gerry's going to call, which he can slow down on the turn, or Gerry's just going to come over the top and he can just give it up.
Or actual best case scenario when he folds.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, that's,
Besides folding, yes.
Right.
Those are, yeah.
and he folds. So Gerry gives up an ace here. Mo doesn't realize it, but
Those are
Mark knows he won the hand.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters, folks. All right, so can we, since it's the first week of NFL, who are your 2 teams for the Super Bowl? One AFC team, one NFC team, and then I'll do the same. Is this like the Tiger Woods bet where like in the 90s you couldn't pick, or like 2000, like whenever you did golf pools, Tiger Woods was always like you couldn't pick Tiger Woods. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's like, what a waste. You got 200 teams and every single guy's got Tiger Woods. It's like, nah, cut him off. So can we like cut out the Patriots and just be like, you can't
I
pick
wasn't going to pick
Patriots?
the Patriots.
Oh, good, I will.
I don't think they're going to win.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, they're just such a good team.
Yeah.
Like, they win. It's like
Not this
Mark
year.
at final tables. Like he just makes final tables.
10 wins.
And he's modest. I mean, you'll see after this one, we're going to do the Summer Saver, and that was a massively long final table. Mark makes the final table, and he had like a huge amount of chips, like way biggest chip stack in when they're at like 2 tables left in the tournament. And he jokingly says to me, he's like, Ken, if I make the final table, like, you know, hopefully I do as well as I did in the main event. And I just thought it was so funny. I was like, if you make the final table, he was like, I don't want to get ahead of myself, you know? And I was like, I like that. It's modest, it's good. The 7's going to be way good here. King might scare him a little bit. Get a
No,
check.
he's happy with the king. Mark is happy with the king.
Except when Gerry's betting into him.
Yeah.
And the directional bet, which massively tilts me. Come on, can Mark call with the best hand? With the entourage behind him.
So Mark called it off last time, and Gerry
He's
was
gonna
good.
call it.
He calls Gerry.
Jerry gets to show an ace high, which
high.
is great. Shows that he's willing to, make a bet with just an ace high.
I think Mark could have folded on some rivers, not the king though.
Yeah.
King and the 9 are the two best rivers for Mark. My 2 picks are the Kansas City Chiefs and against the Chicago Bears.
Really?
Yeah. That's it. Chiefs, Bears.
Chiefs, Bears. I would very much like to see that. That would be awesome.
With a Chiefs winner.
So I can't pick the Bears.
You can pick the Bears if you want.
I'd like to see a Bears Patriots
Yeah.
Super Bowl. I feel like that would be a highly watched Super Bowl.
It
You know,
would.
sometimes you get two teams in Super Bowl that are just like, meh, whatever. Like, what was it a couple years ago? It was like Eagles. Who did the Eagles play when the Eagles won?
Patriots.
Was it the Patriots?
Yeah.
Brady looked shitty in that one. Was that last year?
That was 2 years.
2 years ago.
3 years ago. 2 years ago. 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
3 years ago, Brady came back and beat the Falcons when they
That
were
was an awesome
28 to 3.
I was at my brother-in-law's.
I was at
and
my
they were,
family
like,
party.
Super anti.
Me too. I was the only one.
I'm
Me too.
like, no, I'm rooting for the Patriots.
I was rooting for the Patriots.
And they were all in my face at halftime.
Yeah.
I'm kind of slumping on the couch, being a crybaby a little bit, and I'm like, it's not over yet. And they were like down, but like
28 to 3.
30-0. Yeah, I mean, it was like a huge 4-score game.
I remember when
Uh-oh.
they scored and got the 2-point conversion, just being like,
That's it.
guys, it's not over. Like, we got another one. Like, we can score again here. And everybody's like, no. And then they took it to OT.
What a great game that was.
Gronk had a great catch on the right side. And
He didn't retire, or is he still playing?
he did. He retired, but he'll be back.
Think so?
Oh yeah, he's 29. He's coming back.
He's only 29?
Yeah.
Wow. Mark wins with an ace here. Putting pressure on Gerry.
He is 29.
I thought he was older.
No,
He looks a little older.
he does.
Marky Mark, 8 deuce. Not going to try it. Probably going to face a raise from Gerry there anyways, right?
Yeah, probably.
Save himself some chippy chips.
So, are you gonna make a pick or what?
Yeah, Bears Patriots.
Bears Patriots. Wow, we don't sound like homers.
Mm-mm.
I really do think the Bears are gonna come out of the NFC though.
Think so?
I do. I really do. I don't know. I don't think the Cowboys.
You live in Indiana. So how many people like that live near you?
Everybody's pretty much a Bears.
A lot of Bears fans.
Unless
versus
they're
like
like-
Colts fans.
Yeah, Colts fans, you got to go like an hour south. Like get to like Purdue.
That
Get to
is
the get to the Eastern time zone.
Yeah, don't get me started on your weirdo time zones in Indiana.
Well, it's just what?
It's like half the state doesn't, half the state
Because
doesn't.
the line is on the state.
It's not on the state. It's not like the border.
No, but I'm saying like the line goes through the state of the Eastern
Right.
time zone.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Pick a side.
It's really only like the Chicago part of Indiana is on Central.
Chicago time.
Yeah, and then once you get out of the region of Northwest Indiana. Because, I mean, you go 45 minutes south on I-65, past like the Fair Oaks Farms, where they got all that trouble for abusing animals. But you
I
get
remember
up, yeah, it just happens. Yeah.
What were they doing? Sexually abusing animals?
No.
Can we say that on YouTube?
I think so.
I mean, I just did.
Yeah.
We're an hour and 8 in. Bears Packers are playing. I mean, we're basically just talking to ourselves right now.
Yeah.
King 9, Jack 10. Mark races. Gerry calls.
But yeah, I went to school in Bloomington. So many indie kids.
IU.
So many indie kids.
Yeah.
And it's weird because you got so many kids from southern Indiana where they're like St. Louis fans.
Really?
Yeah.
That is weird.
Like Terre Haute, and like they come from like that far. So we had all kinds of, and then you have the whole Chicago crew because there's a big
Chicago.
the business school has a lot of Illinois kids from Chicago. The
Pretty good
nice
hand here. I mean, Mark, Jack 10, King 9, they both flop a pair. Gerry checks it. Mark bets 160, third of the pot. half pot.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Whoa! Moves by Gerry. I was trying to think of that. I got the moves like Gerry. I got the...
Yeah.
No,
Maroon
nothing?
5. I got you.
Yeah.
Moves like Jagger.
Moves like Gerry. That's what I said.
I see.
Right. do you
Mark
like?
ain't folding, and this could be the tournament.
Mark cannot fold. And he's going to get a count and make sure that the math is right, but like, there's no way he's folding,
He
right?
ain't folding. If
He's got
Gerry
an
has
80-20.
if Gerry has a better jack, Mark has 4 8s and 3 10s.
Oh yeah, I
7
didn't
outs.
see about that. So
Yeah.
even if he is dominated,
Calls.
man, he's very happy with this.
And this is the tournament here. If Gerry doesn't catch up, 4 ball.
4 on the turn, down to the river, folks.
11%.
Oh, and like I've said before, the river is a cruel, cruel mistress.
11%
I like it though.
to stay
Mark,
alive.
Mark takes it in stride. Doesn't get upset. Now we're at 3.4, 1.6.
I mean, I'd be upset.
I'd be upset too. Got the guy down to 1 card.
Yeah, 11%, 5 outs, 3 kings, 2.
2 nines.
2 nines.
3 kings, 2 nines. 3 kings, 3 nines. No, 3 kings, 2 nines. I forgot he's got a pair of nines.
Yeah.
5 cards.
5 cards.
So they're playing a game down in Texas now. I don't know what they're calling it, but it's Big O with 6 cards. Have you heard this yet?
No.
Yeah. 6 cards. You get dealt 6 cards. It's basically 7 card stud, except there's a flop, a turn, and a river. It's insane.
That's pretty crazy.
How do you even play that game?
I don't know, but I told you in London I played Dealer's Choice, PLO, 4 cards or 5 cards, and then 1 board or 3 boards. So they were.
But didn't they do something weird, like if you won 2 out of 3 boards, you scoop?
Yeah. Yep, you're trying to win 2 out of 3 boards.
Wow.
It's crazy.
How do you even play that?
5 card, 3 boards.
Jesus. 85 Bears for Marky Mark here. Is he going to play it for the Bears? Bears, they're on right now, Mark. Yeah, he's seeing a flop. 10-6 from Gerry. He just got that miracle double up.
So that was the only PLO they offered. So I would just be the dumb American and be like, 1 board, 4 cards. And they'd be like, come on, man. I'm like, I want to play Omaha. Like, I know you guys
I want
are
to
just,
play River Pig.
yeah, I know you guys are just like
ripping it
blasting off here, but you guys are playing in pounds. This is like
in.
one.
What are you drinking Diet Pepsi for?
What do you
Are
mean?
you a Pepsi fan or a Coke fan?
Oh, Pepsi, of course.
Oh my God, we are no longer friends.
Yikes.
Check here, or limp check.
Gerry flops an open ender Mark with the 8 high. Turn 6, nothing changes. Gerry's probably
Gerry got a 6.
Oh, Gerry got a 6.
And
Pull that
open
up.
ender.
Yeah. Boom, take it down. You don't like Diet Pepsi?
Mm-mm.
It's so crisp.
If I had a choice between Diet Coke and Diet Pepsi, there's no choice.
Oh, see, I would go with regular Coke
Really?
and Diet Pepsi.
Nah. Diet Coke all the way. I've actually been kind of in a Coke zero sugar kick.
Yeah.
At first I didn't like it, but now I'm kind of
it was
starting
so
to
much
like
better
it.
when it was Coke Zero.
Coke Zero
Coke Zero.
was the nuts.
Yeah, they put crack in that stuff. I
I
swear.
don't know what they were doing.
But whatever it is.
It was awesome.
Yeah. Remember Pepsi One?
Yes.
Like the dark, like black cans, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good too.
That was good.
You want to rank your top 3 sodas of all time?
Sure. I will.
Okay.
Diet Pepsi number 1.
Diet Pepsi number 1.
This is tough.
Gerry's got ace queen suited here, raises into Mark. Mark's got no hand to call with.
Oh my lord. This is tough.
Is it tough because you've got like 3? You
I've
can't
got like
decide
5
between?
more. I can't.
Rip
really
some of
decide.
them. What do you decide between?
I mean, I'm
what
deciding.
are your
between-
top 5 highlights here?
Yeah, it's just really tough because I've been going back and forth between diet and regular and which ones I like,
Right.
Like Surge. Surge is in there.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper's good.
Yeah. Dr. Pepper.
So that's what you're
I don't
your
know.
top
'Cause
3?
I don't know. Yes.
Diet Pepsi, Surge, and Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, but another Sprite. Oh man.
You're a Sprite fan?
I'm a Sprite fan. Then there's like the Sierra Mist Cranberry when that comes out.
That would have been one of mine. I love Sierra Mist Cranberry.
Diet Sierra Mist Cranberry.
So good. It only comes out during Thanksgiving, which is hilarious, but I love the red. Like, it's just.
All right,
so
I'm going 3 diets and then 3 regulars. I'm gonna split
Okay,
them.
I like it.
So diet is Diet Pepsi, followed by Diet Sierra Mist Cranberry, followed by Diet Mountain Dew.
Kind of lame, but I like it.
I don't really like. I don't
All
really
right,
like.
so for my diet ones, I'm gonna go Diet Coke.
Mhm.
Coke Zero Vanilla
Ooh.
was like my absolute nut favorite. And then if I had to pick a third one, Diet Cherry 7-Up.
That's a good one. I like
Yeah.
Diet Cherry 7-Up.
And then my regular drinks would be Coke,
Oh, but I forgot about Diet
Jolt Cola.
Joe Cola. Joe Cola's awesome.
The
What do
best.
you
The best. And then probably the cranberry, the Sierra Mist Cranberry. I when they would come out and like I would go to a gas station and they'd have it, I'd freaking rip like 12 of them just at the full retail price, $2.50 a piece. Just give me all of them.
So notable mentions for me. I forgot about Coke Zero Cherry.
So now Mark flopped top and bottom here.
Cherry flop
So
bottom.
Mark raised, Gerry called, Gerry checks, Mark flops top 2 and then bets $235K. Gerry really doesn't have anything here. And he's got a gutter ball.
He's got a gutter ball and a pair. That's a lot.
Yeah, I guess heads up.
I mean, you can't fold a 1 bet.
I mean, he's only and he's got chips now.
If you're
He's got
playing
$1.5 million
6-9 and
chips.
if you have a pair and a straight draw, you can't fold a 1 bet.
It's not profitable if you are, huh?
I mean, yeah. What are you waiting for? Just to come 6-9-9? I mean, that only happens in fantasies.
69s normally only happen to my fantasies too.
I should have said 6-6-9 instead of 6-9-9, but
You're right, because you made it 2 dudes.
yeah. But he does. He does find a fold. This is our last hand too. We got one more hand.
I think there's one more,
Okay.
and then we'll see if there's going to be a part 3
So honorable mentions
for Regs.
for diet. I haven't even done my regular yet because I'm a big diet. Diet Dr Pepper solid and
Remember the Diet Dr Pepper Cherry?
yeah, I don't like that.
Really, I like that one.
There's also an old school like
Gerry with 9s.
maybe a year or 2 ago. No, sorry, 10 years ago they had Diet Pepsi Lemon and Diet Pepsi Lime. You know I'm a big lemon guy.
Yeah, you are.
So-
I do remember the lemon.
Yeah.
Because Coke never did a lemon.
Coke did lime,
Yeah.
and then they did
Diet
their
Coke lime.
weird the like ginger limes now and that kind of wow.
Those are actually not very good, and I'm a big Diet Coke fan, and I cannot drink
The
some
ginger
of those.
lime ones. There's a couple. There's one of them that's okay.
The Aussie berry, whatever.
The orange.
Yeah, I don't like the blood orange one's terrible.
Yeah.
The feisty cola or the feisty cherry Diet
Yeah,
Coke
that's the best
is
one.
pretty
That's
good.
okay.
Yeah, it's a little spicy, like legitimately. Like I find it to be like spicy. Mark, get away from this ace. Heads up.
Gerry made it so big. Mark might just be all in here.
He is.
And Gerry can never, ever, ever,
Nope.
ever fold
What are
nines.
you waiting for, Gerry? Get him in there.
Right. This is like.
Get him in there faster than Jonathan Tays on a breakaway. So we also have season Blackhawks tickets this year.
We do.
So can we do a podcast from the
game?
one of the games?
Sure.
All right, folks. This is it. This is probably our last hand of the
Tournament. I see an ace.
Hold on, Mo. We got no flop yet. Oh, wow.
I
Just
see
a
an,
dagger. Game over for Mark. I mean, it's not. That's a total switch in chips here.
All right, so Gerry has found his 3rd double up of the heads up match.
Yep.
And
And
now
Mark really
it's,
hasn't won any big pots off of him besides that.
$3 million to $2.9 million,
Yeah, man, it's a $3 million pot.
or to $1.9 million.
So we've switched effectively.
Or 1.9 million.
It's 11:45 at night too.
Yep. Wow, it is. Well, I'm gonna really quick get in my 3 regulars
Yeah, please.
so
We got to get back to the
Surge,
Surge.
number 1 overall. Number 2, Mountain Dew Code Red.
Ooh, I forgot about
Yep,
Mountain Dew Code Red.
Because that thing
That's
is.
a good one. That's
Woo!
a good one. Look at poor Mark's stack here. It's so big right now, and it's dwindling fast. Well,
And
that's
then
going to
third,
do it
Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola.
for tonight. Come back for the 3rd part of this CSOP final table. There's still 45 minutes left to play, so There's a lot of stuff that's still going to happen.
Gerry battled all the way back.
Gerry is battling like a freaking rock star. Also one of my favorite energy drinks. Anyways, thanks for watching Thursday Night Commentary. Like Brandon always says, play tight, play all night, and hope you don't get the 996 fantasy.
Yes.
See you, everybody. Bye. You gonna throw your late
No,
goodbye?
I'm done. Yeah. That's it. What's there to that kind of stuff?
All right. Go Bears.